which has been done shall be done. There is nothing new under the sun.
So the story takes us to West Africa in 1970, to the former secessionist state of Biafra. And luckily, we have our resident history buff, Jeff Abramowitz, in studio. Jeff, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you. I'd like to start by quoting the Bible, which is not something I do often or even at all for that matter, from the book of Ecclesiastes. That which has been shall be, that which has been done shall be done. There is nothing new under the sun.
So how does that connect to Biafra?
Because we are talking about a civil war, the Nigerian Civil War, which was one of the world's great humanitarian crises of its time, still resonates in Africa. It was a war when the eastern part of Nigeria, which was mainly Christian, dominated by the Igbo tribe, broke away from Muslim-dominated West Nigeria, its own state Biafra, fought a brutal, bitter war, held out for 3 years, but then was starved into submission. The estimates are that 1 million people died in 3 years. I'm going to say that again, 1 million people. At one stage, they were estimating 3,000 to 5,000 people a day.
I just want to draw our viewers' attention to the photos on the screen of these poor, starving children.
This is the thing. Nobody paid much attention to the war.
Right.
It was just Africans fighting each other, which, at the risk of being labeled a racist, was what the West was used to seeing throughout the 1960s. But then photographers got into Biafra and took these photographs and brought, especially a man called Donald McCullen, but not only here. They brought back photographs of the starving, of the dying, and the conscience of the world was outraged. Now, Nigeria put a blockade on Biafra, total blockade. They were helped by Russia and a Western state I won't mention, but I will say that the British cabinet papers of the time make very interesting reading. No medicine or food could get into Biafra. People starved. There were relief flights coming in, but not enough to keep them alive. There were missionaries in Biafra who did amazing work. I think it was the Irish Holy Ghost Order. If I get the name wrong, I apologize. I'm not that clued up on Irish Catholic orders.
That's all right.
But they did amazing work. And the organization Doctors Without Borders was founded as a result of Biafra. The conscience of the world. These pictures, the pictures we saw of the starving children, it was the great humanitarian cause of the day.
And now pictures like these are used all around the world to try to convince people to donate money to Africa. And
right.
This was the beginning
Biafra's
of that.
Luck or bad luck was that there weren't a bunch of ecumenical pop stars to sing a song about them. But they died. They didn't survive.
All right, Jeff Abramowitz, thank you so much for joining me today.
Elijah Bamidele Lokolo is my name. I want to give this prophecy. This is a prophecy. And I want everyone that is going to watch this video to save it. Because you will later come back to this video. I've given this prophecy before. I want to repeat it again. I just came back from a prayer mountain yesterday. I've been on the prayer mountain since on Monday. The Lord said I should send this message straight to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I saw military taking over the Aso Rock. I am seeing military taking over the Aso Rock. I am seeing soldiers taking over the Aso Rock. I gave this message before. The message repeated himself again. Let it not be recorded that it was in the regime of Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu that military took over Aso Rock. What happened in Burkina Faso is about to take place in Nigeria. What happened in Burkina Faso is about to repeat itself in Nigeria. Mr. President, please, this is the time you need to act now. Act now. Plans are going on within and outside Nigeria. Plans are going on. I am saying this meeting. I am saying this meeting is a very serious meeting. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that you will have people that will join you to fight this fight. I have been saying this thing. I am not an Igbo man. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because military. I am seeing meeting in and outside Nigeria. Serious meeting are going on. If you do not release this man, what will happen in this nation? It will shock you. What will happen in Nigeria will shock you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the reason that Nigeria are going through security. Nnamdi Kanu is not the reason Nigeria are suffering for hunger and starvation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not the reason of the killing of Nigeria. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because what is coming to us so wrong. It do big go. If war come to us, I go to my village. I am giving this message now. I'm speaking as a prophet, not a politician, not a religious person, not a tribalistic person. I'm giving this prophecy. And to all of you who are fighting against the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, make una get prepared though. Get prepared one after the other. He go and go touch you now one by one. This is what I see in the spiritual realm. If you know what is good for you right now, Mr. President, I beg of you, you are a good man. This country will not scatter in your hand. This country will not perish in your hand. But a warning from God is a warning. I'm giving you this message so that you will not be in the house and you hear a different news. All the governors that are coming to declare APC as their party, 75% of them are messengers and wolves in sheep clothing who are coming to know the secret of your camp. Information are going out daily, and daily. I saw it as a prophet. If I tell you that I don't agree, una go still there, una go see and it go come to pass. I am Prophet Elijah Bamidele Iluholo. I'm from Edo State, Iyerehu South EBA. Now therefore come. If I tell you something, you're gonna hear me. See, military are coming. Pray that this will not happen. Mr. President, the Lord will help you. My God will help you. The God of Elijah that answered by fire will help you, Mr. President. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release him so that you will know the battle you are facing. Because right now, the battle you are fighting now, you don't know the battle you are fighting. You have different battles. So once you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, you will see tension will come down. Donald Trump is coming, though. You think I'm joking? They are coming. So, Mr. President, I am with you on this. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your government. No devil will remove you from that seat. But pray. So I will not cry. I don't know. May the Lord bless you, Mr. President. May the Lord bless all the Biafra. May the God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you that is going to watch and share this video. May God bless you as well. In Jesus' name.
Court of Appeals struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago, this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeals struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians. They understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear.
All right, so we are waiting for COS to start because people have gathered, but she have not, no voices out there. So we are gonna wait until she unmutes her mic and start the program because everybody have gathered. As you can see, but there's no voice yet. I welcome all of you. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video and share it to many platforms of your choice. While we are waiting,
on the First Lady of Kwara State this morning regarding the bandits attacking Eruku. My name is Orabueze. I'm from Eruku town, Ekiti local government, Kwara State. Ma'am, the information you got from the Kwara State police is false, ma'am. And because this involves my people directly. This has to do with my people. It was a successful attack. It was an attack, not an attempted attack, ma'am. We all saw the video. They were streaming live while the church program was going on when the bandits came in, and a lot of people were abducted. I'm so much pained when I saw the release that it was an attempted attack and nothing happened to anyone, and some people are in the hospital right now. 3 people are dead now, right now. I've spoken to a lot of people from my town, my cousins, my uncles. Presently, my cousin, like 3, 4 of my cousins are in the bandits' den. They are there right now. They've been abducted. Evangelist Titi Balogun, she's right there. She's my mom's younger sister. Ebenezer, I know, is presently there. That's my cousin's son. So it was a successful attack. It wasn't an attempted one. I'm so pained right now. This is not a happy video. Because if something like that happened, and what is the direct opposite of what happened is what is being reported. It hurts me. Everybody is crying in my town now because we can't find them. We don't even know if they'll be found dead or alive. So it will be very painful if we are seeing what I saw on your page, ma'am. Please, ma'am, that report is false. It totally contradicts what actually happened. People are dead. 3 people are dead right now, and countless people, many, we don't even know their number, that have been abducted now. Please, save us. We don't know what to do right now. This is not in Okuland alone, the whole of Nigeria. We need help. We need help, ma. Please, ma. The information you got and that is being posted on your page right now is not true. It is false, ma. This is the truth I'm giving directly from the source. My name is Orabueze. I'm from Kwara State. I'm an Hollywood actor, and I'm lending my voice on behalf of my people. Thank you.
the lady is speaking on behalf of victims in the church. I think, please let me see if I can refresh on this. Don't know why, because what I can see here, COS is still muted. Nobody is talking. So let's just hang on and wait for her to start. But there's no need to. I greet all of you in the comment section. Fear of arrest, which Surugu is. That is Asatina. Victoria, greet to you from US. My bad, Igwe. Greetings to you.
Yeah, this video is to directly address the
Okay. I welcome you, honorable members of the United States of Biafran government. I welcome you, Biafrans. I welcome you, friends of Biafra, and gentlemen and ladies of the press here present. Let's welcome the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Her Excellency, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Your Excellency, you are welcome. The mic is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Mouthpiece. Am I coming out?
Loud and clear, man.
Okay, great. So I think we should be ready to go, hopefully in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and we should be able to open up. Thank you so much. If there's no music or something, we can go on in the next 10 minutes, we should be able to start.
Thank you.
Okay, it is now official. You can hear the sound, right? So the sound, everything is okay. So I was right when I said that they just moved their mic here. They have not started talking anything. As in said, the Kai, my brother, and they will keep on the good job. Thank you for that. Dorian, I see you. And Margaret, greetings to you. All of you in the comment section. I don't know where to start and where to stop.
Would you like to get some music, Your Excellency, or?
Okay.
If you can, that's fine.
Okay.
Ewo nwanne onye egede ọ ga-awa echi okporo ọkpago nwa agwọ nọ dị ọ na-agba ego azụbụkwa na agwa adị ọsụgo ego ahụ ọ na-agba ọnụ biko onye ọbụla ga-eji welu ndụmọdụ dị mkpa ndụmọdụ a dịkwa mkpa egede mana bifo anyị enye ndụmọdụ a na anyị ga-ajụ ajụjụ agwa ịma n'obodo awogo obodo ụmụ anụmanụ obodo ụmụ anụ ọbịa ya mere onye ọbụla jee mụọ ka esi azụ agwọ onye ọbụla jee mụọ ka esi azụ agwọ so that oyibo ụbọchị ọbụla ị chọrọ ego ọ bụrụ na ifuru ego ọ bụrụ na ifuru ego iziri agwọ na banki ka ọ pụtalụ ya ego oyibo kpọrọ ya snake ATM agwa ịma na agwọ na-enozi ego agwa ịma na agwọ na-enozi ego agwọ nọgidere ego n'otu 36 million ọ dị n'akwụkwọ adịkwa m egwu egede ma ị mara azụ agwọ jee mụọ ka esi azụ mọnki na-ebu ego ebu ma ị mara azụ mọnki jee jụọ ndị 911 fa ga biko na o nwere ajụjụ anyị na-ajụ ajụjụ adịkwa mkpa egede eje m n'ọsọ ọsọ banana ka mọnki na-egbuo ama m nọ na-egbu ego banana obulu ego mọnki bugidere ego bụ 70 million ife adịkwa m ego banana obulu ego ọ bụrụ na ị ga-echete ife melụla sie egede akwala sie mgbe onye isi anabatalụ be anyị na-emelụ ka anyị maruo n'oke katapila atagado ọfisi onye isi ana ga-alụgharị ya alụgharị ikpe a ga-eji rụgharịa ya 4.9 bilion ndị a na-eri anyị ọlụ biko na o nwere ajụjụ anyị na-ajụ biko ajụjụ ọ dịkwa mkpa ọfisi onye isi ala ọ dị na Jegule onye ma ya kọwakwa ọfisi onye isi ala biko ọ dị na Awada ife ọ dịkwa m igwe ọfisi onye isi ala nwanne ọ dị na Ịlaje obodo efi ka mkpa wee karịa nọ mmadụ obodo efi ka mkpa wee karịa nọ egbe eji eche efi nje kakwa nke ji eche mmadụ nche ife adị egwu obodo enwelụ Operation Crocodile Smile n'ọkara aka obodo enwelụ Operation Python Dance egwu egwu obodo enwelụ Operation Catrace ihe niile na-ada anụ Lassa fever na-agbagharị n'obodo na-egbe monkeypox ọ dị egwu ife aka ezigbo onye amụma Nnamdi Kanu n'obula amụma wee si ọgwa si n'obodo awogo obodo ụmụ anụmanụ achụbazie ya ka egbue mgba na-awa ọchịkwanụ na-enwekwara ike na-enwekwara ike bifo ndị ọchịchị ha lituo ịma ife ọzọ ị ga-anụzi na-enye eburugo Central Bank yo ife adịkwa m ogodogodogodo onye eze na onwerekwa ife ngwara ya onwerekwa ife
Your Excellency, are you still there?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the mic is yours, Your Excellency.
All right. Am I coming out?
Loud and clear, Your Excellency.
Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable Mouthpiece. Welcome to Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, men and gentlemen of this press, to this Twitter space today. My name is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister to the United States of Biafra government. And I want to quickly talk to Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, at this moment to what is going on in our nation, the United States of Biafra government. Again, I welcome everyone here today at this space. Let me first start by highlighting the flawed judgment that happened today in the Nigerian court system. Many of us witnessed today. judgment delivered by the terrorist Nigerian state against the leader of Biafra, Zonyendu Nnamdi. We watched in awe, we watched how shameful the Nigerian state has once again exhibited the subjugation, the intimidation, the killing of innocent Christians, innocent Biafrans and indigenous Nigerians in that enclave called Nigeria. We all witnessed it today. The shambolic trial that has gone on for years. We saw that today. This judgment against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Zonyendu Nnamdi, is unacceptable. This judgment is flawed. This judgment goes further to confirm the killing, the injustice by the Nigerian Fulani terrorists that are ruling that country as we speak today. That is exactly what they've exhibited today. Nnamdi is just one of them. There are thousands of innocent Biafrans that are being killed by the Nigerian state, being locked up by the Nigerian state, being incarcerated by the Nigerian state. As we speak, that has been ongoing. The only reason why today's case is in the public is because the Nigerian terrorist state wanted to prove a point. They wanted to prove a point. They wanted to become the ones that the world should be merciful for. The Nigerian state must go down for people to live. That which we watched today, that done by the Nigerian state, is just one of thousands of intimidation, killing, subjugation of any Christian, any Biafran, any indigenous Nigeria that dare to question that oligarch, the bourgeois that place themselves in positions of authority in Nigeria and use the power and use the mineral resources from Biafra land and other southeast and south parts of Nigeria. They use that to intimidate the people, to subjugate the people, to keep the people, to imprison thousands of innocent Biafrans scattered in different jails across Nigeria. That is what Tinubu and his cohorts did today. Justice Omatosho once again led to the gallery of the terrorist leaders that sent him to sentence our Zonyendu Nnamdi. I want to be very, very clear and bring it to the attention of the world. Nnamdi has not committed any crime. No, zero. All we saw today was the lies of the Nigerian state, which they continue to manipulate, which they continue to hit on innocent and indigenous Nigerians, framing them up, calling them terrorists, calling them terrorist financiers, just for them to silence them. This is one of that. They believe they silenced Zonyendu Nnamdi. They believe they've colluded with Finland to silence our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. I saw the DSS list they brought out today on more, according to them, POB financiers that they want to try just and silence them the way they did in Nnamdi. And I saw the name of one innocent Laredo, one innocent Laredo that has not committed a crime except to engage in his legal exchange of foreign currency. That is his only crime. But today, the Nigerian government, Tinubu listed people as a terrorist financier. That is an absolute lie. That innocent man has not committed any crime. He's not a terrorist financier. But Nigeria state, it is a place that must be crossed for innocent people, for entities to live. They will kill everyone just to have their way. And this recent list released by the Nigerian Television Authority from the DFS, and I saw the names of those who they will go after. And I saw the innocent guy's name right up there. And I know this guy has not done anything except the order from Tinubu to crush anyone. But that will stop him and his wishes from milking the natural resources that come from Biafra land. That is exactly what they are doing. Again, I want to let the world know the Nigerian state is the real terrorist. What they do is what they hit on other people. They are trying to play the innocent game. I was listening to Justice Almater's show when he talked about the sit at home by Biafran people. Again, I want to use this opportunity to let the world know the voluntary sit at home is being carried out by over 50 million Biafrans, and it has been ongoing for the past 3 years. Nobody will stop that. It is a wish by Biafran people to continue to sit at home every Monday until Nnamdi Kanu is released, until Nigerian state, who is currently occupying a foreign land, which is the United States of Biafra, until they leave our land. So the Monday sit at home, it is a voluntary action by the United States of Biafran people, by indigenous Biafran people, really to let Nigerian state leave Biafra land. I also hear their lies about the answers, that Nnamdi Kanu was the one that engineered the answers. The answers that happened in Nigeria was a collective plan, a collective march by Nigerians to talk against the Nigeria police brutality against indigenous Nigerians. And during the answers march that was organized by the youth, Nigerian government, Tinubu and Co, they said how we will integrate terrorists, where the Nigerian military and uniform to block down Nigerians. And they lied against it. The worst is that they lie their way everywhere they go. They lied that no excess person was killed until the community that was set now came with hundreds of innocent indigenous Nigerians that were murdered by the Nigerian state. Only at that could they now start playing around. Oh, people should come and identify their bodies and all that. But the Nigerian state lied that nobody was killed during the answers march. That was their lie. But that was not the truth. Never the truth. The lies, the misinformation by the Nigerian state is what they continue to do every day. That is exactly what is shown today during the judgment which they delivered on our Nnamdi Kanu. How can one deliver a judgment? How can you judge somebody in a law that does not exist? That is totally unacceptable. Again, we saw that today. We saw so many of the things that were happening today in that trial, in that court. The reintegration of terrorists by the Nigerian state is something that is active. It is something that the government does. It is a calculated attempt to Islamize Nigeria and Islamize all the Christians in Nigeria. It is a static policy by the Nigerian state, headed by President Tinubu, to reintegrate non-terrorists like Boko Haram, ISWAP, all that into the Nigerian system, recruit them and hire them into the military and police, give them sophisticated weapons, AK-47, to go after those that are going to challenge that policy. That is exactly how thousands of Christians have been murdered in Nigeria, and still being murdered as we speak today. A prince was abducted in Kaduna. Many were killed. He was beheaded. Nigerian government negotiates with the terrorists that are inside the country. They know that they are terrorists. They call them bandits. No, they are not bandits. Initially, they tell the world it's a farmer-herder clash. It's not farmers-herders clash. No, it's not. Then they turn around to call them bandits. No, they are not bandits. These are not terrorists. Tinubu negotiates with the non-terrorists to stop the killing of Christians. But they are quick to kill them. Christians from the southeast, from the south part of Nigeria, that complains about the killing, that complains about the reintegration of the non-terrorists, that complains about the country applying two laws, applying Sharia law in the north and other law in the southern part of Nigeria. That is what is obtained today. So if you are a Christian born in the northern part of Nigeria, Tinubu and God, they make you must obey the Sharia. If not, they're going to cut off your head and kill you. That is what Nigeria does today. It is a policy. It is a standing policy. And now, they shamefully said they are sentencing Ngozi to life imprisonment. And the world here, Tinubu and COS said, they will kill the Kano by hanging. They will commit him to death sentence. That's exactly what they said. But because of the outcry from the world, that is why they said they have to sentence him to life imprisonment. That is what Tinubu and Co do every single day. Kill innocent indigenous Nigerians. Forceful removal was reported by Amnesty International. Thousands of indigenous Nigerians and innocent Christians have been forcefully removed from their homes by the Nigerian state headed by Tinubu. That is exactly what they do by the second, by the minute. Nothing will change that unless the absolute and total destruction of this entity called Nigeria. If that does not happen, thousands and millions of indigenous, innocent Nigerians and Biafrans will be murdered by the Nigerian state. So I want to use this opportunity to let the world know that Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime. All these trucks of charges that you see, the bullet terrorists that are in that law court, that they are pronouncing, and some of them that are already on social media trying to misinform the world, those are their tactics. They've operated the system in the past 50, 60, 70 years that Nigeria has existed. Nigeria has existed. Nigeria expired in 2014. Every indigenous person at this time must go their own way. Must. That is what must happen for them to live. If not, these terrorists that are sanctioned and brought in by Tinubu and Co, they will overrun the whole indigenous of Nigeria and Biafra land. They've already made Nigeria a safe haven for terrorists. That's exactly what that place is right now. So I want to use this opportunity to let Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu know that we, the United States of Biafra government, will stand with him. Be not moved. Nobody expects every fair judgment from Nnamdi Kanu from the Nigerian state. Nobody expects every judgment for every single Biafra from the Nigerian state. Nobody expects any fair judgment or fair treatment for any indigenous Nigeria from the Nigerian state. No one. We already know it's going to end up like this. Most Biafrans already know. But we are going to see how this state is going to end up. The United States of Biafra is a sovereign nation. As we speak, Nigeria is currently occupying a foreign land, and they must leave Biafra land. They must leave Biafra land. They must leave the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. And the basic reason why he was doing what he was doing, Nigeria don't care. As long as they continue to milk that oil and ship it abroad to those that partner in criminality with them, we, the United States of Biafra, we will stop that milking of our natural resources and use it back to embolden terrorism. That must stop. And I thank the United States of America for stepping in to declare Nigeria a country of particular concern. And we are calling on them to include more factions to every politician from the Nigerian state, including Tinubu, including Biafra, or not, the one that says he wants to come to the United States of America. Nigeria must be slammed with heavy factions for people to live. It's not about being a country. Nigeria is not a country. It is a killing for Christians. It is a killing machine for indigenous Nigerians. They kill and they lie against those they are killing. Just the way they lied against Nnamdi Kanu today. Just the way they colluded with Twitter to lie against Simon Pepper. Just the way they are lying, and they've just said 10 names of innocent. At least I can recognize one name there. That is an innocent indigenous Nigerian, Larebe. And Tinubu has declared him as a terrorist financier. How long? How long will this go on? While we watch until they kill all of us, until they take all of us as terrorist financiers? How long are we going to watch for the Nigerian terrorist state to continue to deal with innocent indigenous Nigerians, innocent indigenous Christians, innocent Biafrans? How long are we going to watch while this happens? Meanwhile, they romance and negotiate with the real.
What is going on? What is going on?
Nigeria can never stop the killing of Christians. That is all they do. They send all their agents on social media to report about what is going on in Nigeria. I heard one of them today saying that any action by America is going to exacerbate a worsened division along religious lines and along religious lines. That is absolutely misinformation, absolutely lie. Somebody called Orabueze or something, and they use the divide and conquer. They will send so-called Biafrans to come out and speak on their behalf. These are agents that came from the systemic subjugation and intimidation of indigenous Nigerians back in the Nigerian state. So some of these individuals they sent on social media, they're planning to send to America again, and America is there. That the lack of some misinformation out of the Nigerian state, the deceit. They label us terrorists. They label innocent Biafrans as terrorists. Do not be surprised if they label us as terrorists tomorrow. That is the Nigerian state for you. They leave the terrorists, the main terrorists that are murdering thousands of innocent Christians. They don't label them terrorists, but they go after those that speak against their policies and their actions. That is why actions must be initiated against the Nigerian state for people to leave. Just for people to leave. If not, the world leaders cannot stand and watch as millions of indigenous Nigerians and indigenous Biafrans are being murdered every day by Tinubu and their cohorts using their criminal state to perpetuate those crimes against innocent people, not as if they obey international laws. I call on these international bodies to immediately expel Nigeria, both from the African Union, from the United Nations, from the Commonwealth. Nigeria has no business being in those organizations, and the continued allowance of Nigeria to be in those organizations is making the world a very, very dangerous place. Nigeria must be expelled immediately from the African Union, from the Commonwealth, from the United Nations.
Please, can you hear the sound now? Is it okay now? Someone should please confirm to me. Is the sound okay? Is it okay for your end?
They are currently reintegrated terrorists in position of authority in these organizations, in United Nations, in African Union, in Commonwealth, and make them die down. The killing of Christians in that part of the world. That is why they pay.
Ngozi, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for confirming that.
In those positions in Commonwealth, in African Union, in United Nations, and we see them. We see them in those organizations. We see them in those positions where they die down. The criminality of the Nigerian state, they pay heavily to put their stooges in those positions.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the United Nations.
Thank you.
Just like we have the one in African Union. Just like we have the one in Commonwealth. We know how they operate. Nigeria must be immediately expelled from these noble organizations for their credibility and for their integrity to be maintained in the world. Again, I'm using this opportunity to call for the immediate suspension of Nigeria from the African Union. and other organizations where human rights try to supersede country laws. Yes, countries have their independence and laws, because that is the narrative Nigeria keep misinforming the world. Yeah, we are an independent country. We have our laws. Like I read the old man today was saying about the Constitution of Nigeria. And let them say, oh, people have the right for them to self-determination, but self-determination must be done under the Nigerian Constitution. So when Nigeria becomes a member nation of the United Nations, of African Union, of the Commonwealth, the laws that are maintained by these organizations, is it not to make that's to be disciplined? Is it not meant to make leaders like Tinubu and the Fulani terrorists ruling Nigeria? Those laws in those organizations, are they not made to curb their excesses? Are they not made to curb their criminality? Are they not meant to make sure that the world becomes a better place? But today, we hear Tinubu through their stooges saying, yes, Nnamdi Kanu has a right to self-determination, but self-determination must be under the Constitution of the Nigerian state. How factual is that? How factual is that? What determines if we allow Commonwealth, United Nations, all these other countries, all these beautiful organizations to make their laws subservient to the states, to the countries, to the leaders, then that means we are all gone. That means we are all gone. That's why the United Nations set up a committee for the extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu. That committee recommended that it should be left alone, should be released by the Nigerian government and be compensated. Did Nigeria do that? No. Did the United Nations take any action against that? No. Because the Deputy Secretary to the United Nations, that is a Nigerian stooge that is right there. She will use her power to disrupt everything that will go against Nigeria. So that woman should be fired immediately from the United Nations. Nigeria, in of these organizations of importance, is continuing the killing of innocent Nigerians, indigenous Nigerians, and indigenous Biafrans. That can never be allowed to go on. They don't follow the rules made by these organizations they belong to. And some of the world leaders, you sit on the table with this criminal state and want the world to believe in these organizations. That is not going to happen. That will not happen. Appropriate sanctions must be taken against Nigeria immediately for people to leave. I also listened to one of the Nigerian activists, the prosecutors, saying self-determination laws, decolonization laws, human rights laws, which are widely and widely accepted to make the world a better place, it does not apply to Nigeria. That is exactly what they are telling you. It does not apply to Nigeria. According to him, Tinubu clearly believed that the law of Nigeria supersedes any international organization they belong to. That is why they are very reckless in their activities. And nobody is doing anything about that. That cannot continue. Because if we allow the leaders of countries in the world to carry out activities, to do things they want, then this world will be a very dangerous place for our children, for our grandchildren, yet unborn. That is why Nigeria must be confronted with appropriate sanctions to make people leave, to make the world a better place. They thrive on criminality. They thrive on bribery. Everywhere they see something good is going to happen, they send their agents there. They bribe. Most of them, they send into Nigeria. They bribe them with choice cars, choice homes, choice money. That was why when they engage in their criminality, those embassies, they don't talk. Those ambassadors, they don't talk. How long are we going to continue to allow things like that happen? How are we going to make countries, how are we going to make the world a better place? Again, I want to use this opportunity to let the world know that the killing of Christians by the Nigerian state can never stop if Nigeria does not obey and follow the laws of different organizations established in the world to make the world a better place. Over 5 courts discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu, including the court in Kenya. But today, Nigerian government has jailed him for life. And what does that tell the world? What does that tell the world? And you have the agents scattered all over the world, lying and misinforming people. That is the world those in Nigeria, indigenous Nigeria, live in. That is why the United States of Biafra has declared their independence through a self-referendum where over 50 million Biafrans voted to exit Nigeria. And on November 29, 2024, thousands of Biafrans gathered in Latifindra to declare our independence. That independence must be respected by every country in the world. It is a choice of the people. We've spoken that must be respected, regardless of who you are. Because we cannot continue to live with a country that reintegrates non-terrorists into the military and the police. That is a clear red signal danger to the world. The targeting of Christians by the Nigerian state cannot continue. Nigeria must crumble for people to live. There is nothing, absolutely nothing to gain with the continued existence of that entity called Nigeria, except law. Continue. A Kenyan court, an appeal court, and when we see him in court fighting for his dear life, some people say, oh, he's stubborn, he doesn't want to listen. Put yourself in the shoe of Nnamdi Kanu, where your brother, your sister, your mother has been murdered back in the Nigerian state. Put yourself in his shoe and tell me what you would do if you were in his position. Tell me what you would do. You will be smiling. You will behave like a disciplined child. You will not talk. You will just bow your head. You will say yes when they want you to say yes. You will say no when they want you to say no. If you were in his shoes, and in the shoes of thousands of indigenous Biafrans whose mothers, fathers, breadwinners have been killed by Tinubu and the Nigerian state, what would you do? Tell me what you would do. Why their agents carry out lies on Twitter, on social media, lying their way everywhere. They expect us to keep quiet. They expect you to be confused. They will tell you, oh, Muslims are killed alive. No, Muslims are not killed alive the way they kill Christians in Nigeria. And it's not just the people. The full integration of Nigeria into the IOC, into the Islamic organization, is not acceptable by the Christians that reside in Nigeria. You cannot have a whole bunch of Christians and dump them into the IOC and expect us today by the laws of the Sharia law. That is not going to happen. And that is not acceptable. That is what Nigeria has done. That is why today Nigeria is a member of the Islamic Organization. Did we approve that? No. Did the Biafran Christians approve that? No. And they use these laws against the Christians, whether you like it or not. That is not going to be acceptable. This back thing today means nothing to the full restoration and declaration which we already done of the United States of Biafra. If Tinubu and Paul thinks that this thing they put today to Namikano will stop Biafra, will stop us, I'm telling them, we will come out in a different way than we've seen Biafrans before. It is a practice. You can continue to jail our mothers, kill our fathers, our brothers and sisters, Lord of heart. And you expect us to be quiet. Never, never. This game has just begun today. It's a promise. Let's get to the root of all these problems, which Nigeria has refused to address. The root of all these problems include the marginalization of Biafrans, the marginalization of indigenous Nigerians, the killing of Christians in Nigeria, the killing of innocent Biafrans that have not committed any crime, the injustice, the milking of our natural resources without any compensation, and the killing of anyone that seeks for fair treatment for our people, not obeying any judicial laws. Nigeria does not obey the laws, even the law they made. That was why Nnamdi Kanu was asking them, under what law are you trying me? Under a law that's been repealed? They couldn't. They have nothing. They said he got a transmitter. He bought a transmitter. Yes, he got a transmitter. That's what Nigeria said. For what? To transmit the injustice, to tell our people to run away with the Nigerian. Of the freedom of the people. The killing of thousands of Christians while negotiating with the terrorists, carrying chains of guns on their necks. The lack of respect for basic human rights. Clamp down of oppositional political views, such as they did to Nnamdi Kanu, such as they colluded with Finland to Simon Epa, such as they listed the innocent Laredo that they published on ATN yesterday. such as they did to thousands of Biafrans, languishing in different jails, in different VSS jails, in different police stations, in different army barracks around the country. All this, Tinubu is not addressing it. He don't care about that. As long as he has ordered his men to continue the forceful removal of Biafrans from their home so that he can continue to milk the oil and natural resources of Biafra and ship it abroad to their partners. That's all they care for. The basic problems that cause what is happening today, Tinubu does not want to address that. He and the Nigerian politicians, they are not addressing that. But not anymore. We must address that. That has been taken care of by the independence of the United States of America. We need our own nation. We have our own nation. We cannot continue to live in a country where Sharia laws are applied to Christians. We all remember the killing, the burning of Deborah in the northern part of Nigeria. She didn't commit any crime. She was just a Christian. But Tinubu and Co, they engineered the burning of that innocent Christian. What did they do about that? Absolutely nothing. The next thing they tell you, they try to tell America, oh, Christians and Muslims are killed alive. We are going to go ahead and flush. The reintegration of terrorists and labeling them as terrorists. That's what they do. The real terror shit with the real terrorists. We Christians, we Biafrans are the ones Tinubu is saying they are fishing out the terrorists. They pretend they want to follow the order by President Trump. Then they will go into Biafran forests. They go into our homes, bring out indigenous Biafrans and Nigerians, kill them, let them attack them.
Amaka, don't blame that guy. Don't forget about the guy. Or the guy, I don't know who she is.
These people, Tinubu is killing
Don't bother yourself about that comment.
and innocent indigenous Biafrans. They are not going near the terrorists. I'm telling the world to know this now. And then they come out and tell you they are going after the banditry because Donald Trump told them to go after that. No, they are intensifying their killing, subjugation, intimidation of innocent indigenous Nigerians and indigenous Biafrans. That is two ways to combat. We need very stringent sanctions against the Nigerian state. And we also need the world to recognize the United States of Biafra that was declared in Latin Finland on November the 29th, 2024. Without that, without these two actions, the killing of Christians in Nigeria we see at unprecedented level. Because the people that Tinubu and the politicians are killing and labeling as terrorists and bandits are innocent Christians. They are not the terrorists. I promise you that. They are not the terrorists. They cannot get near the terrorists. They negotiate with the terrorists. They hand the terrorists into the Nigerian military and police because indigenous Nigerians do not join Nigerian military and police anymore. They do not. Because they are polluted with religion. This is one of the actions of things they do to thousands of indigenous Nigerians and indigenous Biafrans. They do that every single day. They kill them every single day. They kill them through the party phase of the reintegration of terrorists into Nigeria. It is a standing policy initiated Tinubu and Nigerian politicians. They have to do that as one of the conditions to remember to be a member of the IOC Islamic Opposition State. So do not be deceived. Then they tell you, he who wears his shoe knows where it pinches. We are the people that knows where this pain comes from, nobody else. Nobody else, we know that. You can have an idea. As we speak today, another Catholic priest has been executed. Nigeria lie their ways. They lie their ways everywhere. What happened today? They typically, they hit all the problems they cause, all the Nigerian problems. They try to hit it on the head of America. Let no one be deceived by that. No one should be carried away by that. All these problems they hit on America said, the problem engineered by Tinubu and the Nigerian state. But at the end of the day, the Christians and indigenous Nigerians, we are always scapegoats to the criminality of the Nigerian state. So we know that's what they do every day. They deflect all the evils they commit by using Onyedu Nnamdi case. They did this to let you all, they published it to the world. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu was doing this. Nnamdi Kanu was saying, oh, all those lies they hit on Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu with all the paid witnesses they brought. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu said they want the head of this person because of this. But Nigeria state has not tell you the thousands of innocent Christians they murder every single day. And nobody accounts for that. The indigenous of Biafrans have been murdered in their numbers. Thousands were murdered in Hackney Junction, in the Bond, in Aba, in Habuku, in the Niger Delta. Many indigenous Biafrans have been murdered. But the Nigerian state, but Tinubu, who is talking about that? Somebody should answer me. Who is talking for those innocent Christians murdered by the Nigerian police, by the Nigerian military, by the Nigerian DSS? Who is going to talk for them? Or you think they are not humans, right? You think they don't deserve somebody to speak for them? Then we're not going to want to speak for them. Nigerians, they Tinubu labeled him a terrorist. That is exactly what they do. What has those innocent indigenous Biafrans done? Nothing, except let my people go. Except we want our own nation. Except we have the right to self-determination. Except we do not want to be decolonized. We want no one to colonize us. That's exactly what Biafrans are saying. And there are laws, international humanitarian laws that as they simply you have the right to do it. We need your power to stop somebody who is colonizing. Those thousands of killings Tinubu and Co is doing. The OP were killings engineered by the legitimized Southeast and Southern governors wanting to with the Nigerian terrorist state. You didn't hear that during that trial today. No, nobody heard that. Because Nigeria lied They can lie their way to have whatever they want. But you know what? You know what? We are going to stop that. The United States of Biafra government, we will stop this terrorist state of Nigeria. It is our task to stop this terrorism in this part of the world. And I want to use this opportunity to call on all well-meaning country leaders to support the United States of Biafra to stop this menace of the Nigerian state, to stop this killing of the Nigerian state, to stop this marginalization, subjugation, intimidation by Tinubu and the Nigerian politicians, to stop the criminality of the Nigerian state, where thousands of dollars, billions of dollars have been acquired just by one individual. Why the community lavishes in abject poverty, no good road. There's nowhere in Nigeria today you have pipe-borne water. There is no pipe-borne water. You cannot enter your house and open the tap and collect drinking water. Not in Nigeria. If you build a house, you must build a borehole. It is from that borehole that the people living in that place will be pumping water to the tank upstairs, and from the tank they will have water in their different apartments. And this is the country that some of you milk the natural and all resources, thousands of billions of dollars. You take it away from the innocent images that did that. Some people collude with the politicians. And you take that away from our people. Why they die? From basic illnesses. When Tinubu is sick, he flies to France. When these politicians are sick, they fly abroad. One fly abroad when they develop those healthcare centers in Nigeria. One. And some of you think it's fair. And some of you think we can continue like that. No. Never. We cannot. Again, I just want to use this opportunity to thank the Biafran people as we go through this tragedy, which is 1 in a million, being carried out by the Nigerian state on a daily basis against Biafran Christians. Biafrans are Christians. The United States of Biafra government will continue to use every legal way, every means possible to defend our land. Self-defense is our right. I'm calling on the Nigerian state at this point to remove every Nigerian military or police in Biafra territory. The United States of Biafra is a sovereign nation as we speak today. You are currently occupying a foreign land. You must remove the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police, the Nigerian security from Biafra territory, from the 40 states of Biafra land. Tinubu, I'm calling on you to remove the Nigerian police military currently in Biafra land because we are a sovereign nation. That is the expectation. On that note, Honorable Mouthpiece, we are going to take 1 or 2 or 3 comments, and that will be it for the day.
The Honorable Secretary for Finance for the United States of Biafra government. Go ahead, Columbia. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Her Excellency, Deputy Prime Minister and Chief of Staff of the United States of Biafra. Thank you, Biafrans, for listening. We understand how each and every one of us feel. But what happened today is a fuel that really sets in our mind and in our head the need for our freedom. Thank you, Her Excellency. You have delivered an absolutely excellent brief here. It can be better than this. Today, as the Deputy Prime Minister summarized, it's a travesty of justice. Nigeria at her best, perpetrating not only terrorism in the killing field, which is the Nigerian ground, but in the judiciary. Nigeria, which is a #1 terrorist country in the world today, has shown the world what they are. These are people that lie to the pit of hell. I don't know if you all saw it, but today also, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, pointed to the terrorist DSS man who attacked him in detention in their dungeon. This is a gross abuse. He's been denied medical care. And also today, he pointed out to the abuser. And I'm sure the world wouldn't let that pass. They've all along refused camera in the courts. Today, they had a camera in there. And what did our leader do? Nothing. This is a country that has perpetrated and done the most heinous kidnapping and act of extraordinary rendition. And now they are benefiting from their criminal acts. It doesn't happen that way. The world saw it. This is a man that has done nothing wrong. Even the appeal court set him free. The Kenyan court set him free. The Enugu court set him free. But what does the terrorist Nigerian government and their terrorist judiciary want? They want his head. But it's not going to happen. Try someone on an extant law that doesn't exist. Nigeria did what it's known for. Doing everything wrong, illegally, and then they're talking about terrorism in the country. But the government and then their judiciary are all perpetrating terrorist acts. This is a case of terrorist Nigerian government weaponizing the judiciary for political ends to silence the voice of freedom. We cannot be silenced. We cannot be silenced. And then we are really using this opportunity and appealing to the world, to every human being that listened or watched this jungle travesty of justice today, to please support the United States of Biafra. That's the only solution. The hatred that the Nigerian government, their judiciary, and all their reintegrated terrorist Fulani, all the hatred that they have, for the Christian Biafrans is magnanimous. It's beyond human experience. Biafrans, we are bleeding. And I know the world mourns with us. But what Biafra needs now is support. The disintegration of Nigeria terrorist government is the only solution that everyone should work for. We have tried several years, more than a century. It's not working. Can you imagine? See how these terrorists, now the judiciary. The judiciary see these terrorist Fulanis that are really smashing the heads of Biafrans with all these metal irons, smashing it like watermelon, as if we are not human beings. Please, the world needs to help and save Biafra. The world needs to hurry up to help and save the Christian Biafrans and some other ethnic groups that are Christians. We saw a few hours ago what they did to the Christians in the church. Oh my goodness. I saw this great grandmother or grandmother whose days are numbered and then just needed only the fresh air to breathe and get ready for her final day. And we saw her running. I couldn't hold my tears. And I'm sure everybody couldn't. Nigeria has done the most despicable and deplorable thing in the world. There shouldn't be a Nigerian country because it's nothing but a killing field for innocent people. To you all, thank you, Her Excellency, for what you have done today. Your brief is more than 100%.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, Honorable Famdian. Please, as you are on the mic, please raise up your hand. I will call you as I see your hand up. And please, it is only 1 minute. Please, only 1 minute that is needed for anything you want to say, whether it's a question or any advice. Please, 1 minute. If the hand is not raised, I will not call you, please. And I will also want to add to what Her Excellency and our Honorable Famdian said. We cannot hold on to what anyone who loves United States of Biafra or our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, whatever they want to do, we don't have any power to stop whatever they want to do. So we go to Brother Don. The mic is yours. Thank you.
Hello. Good evening. DPM. What a great speech. And he said it all. Said everything that is in my mind. Thank you for everything you have done and for coming up this evening to encourage some people who are weak. You see, as a matter of fact, unless people who don't have spiritual eyes, we know that this is where they want to head to. They are heading to. Okay? It's been playing, They have come. He has won. Begin to won them in every court in the whole world. both United Nations, both Amnesty, both everybody said, let this guy go. Let him go. No, they still hold. They still hold till death. And they don't allow him to speak, nothing to, to make a final speech. No, you don't say anything because we have decided. The template has already been written. We're going to deliver. Let the world do what they want to do. Of November, and thank you, DPM, for taking that, putting your legs into that shoe, and did what he did on the 29th. That saved us a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you for that. Look, everything has been done. We have to move on. If they didn't win the first war, the first war in 1960, 67 to 70, I saw it. I was a militia. I saw everything played out. They didn't win us for that 3 years. Since Onyendo has been there, till date, we are still standing. And since we did that restoration, we are still standing. They are fools. If anybody doesn't know that Fulani has shifted this thing to Yoruba, who really wanted to prove something because they see us as the people they have to subdue. The Yorubas are cowards, and I continue to say it. They just wanted to. They felt that we are the people they have to get down as to rule Nigeria forever. And Tinubu has an offshore refinery to continue to make. I don't think he's going to live till 2027. Everybody can say what they want, but I want to tell them, if anything happened to Onyendo, just a title of his head, I decree and declare that that happened in Egypt, your first sons will be falling down in now and then. Every day, the first born sons of the Yorubas will be going down. Because personally to me, they are people that we have to fight, even in Twitter, in everything, we get them down. We expose them as much as they are. God bless you. I'm not good. Let somebody else.
Thank you. Your Excellency, I told them to raise up their hands, and these people, and
please just comment. There are people down in the parliament.
I can't see their hands, Your Excellency. So I don't know. I can't see their hands. I don't know who's next. So I can't see their hands from my end.
I don't see any hand.
I don't see any hands up at all.
I've got 6 people.
Okay. It's only now I see Joe Bling raise his hand. Yes. So, Joe Bling, the mic is yours.
Yeah, good evening, dear friends. I just want to put a few words through. What happened in the court today is a very big blow to Biafrans, and we are looking at it, and Nigeria know what they've done. So, I don't believe that this is a defeat, but rather we shall see this as a stepping stone. No way that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be incarcerated for life. It's not going to happen. Never one Biafra is still existing. And again, I saw this lady, Ngozi, something. Man, I don't know who that lady is going to represent, but it's a shame to the entire Igbo race as somebody like that would stand up and be speaking for Nigeria and international TV when we needed people who could speak up. But that is a shame. So, Biafrans, I don't think this will lead us to war. Rather, we should hope and pray that America completes the quest they have started. Donald Trump, he has the promise that is going to help Biafrans. This is our prayer right now in Nigeria. I know on our own we cannot do it in Nigeria because the state of Nigeria is 100% ready and looking for any loopholes to fight the Biafrans. Rather, we should help and also these people that will also speak for Biafrans all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Joe. Okay, the next person is Simon Izuchukwu. That's the hand I see up.
Yeah, Mati said Kelem, Mama Dayan, Kelem, Mama Dambra, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, Odogunwani, Okranian Kadange, Kelem, Kelem.
Sorry, hold on, Simon Izuchukwu, please. Honorable, can you mute, Honorable Fandrian, can you mute your mic because we're getting the feedback? Thank you. Go ahead, Simon.
Yeah, Kamba Pioso. Ima, ndị Igbo anya na-anụ ntị a na mgbe ihe mewere dịkwa ha n'oge anaghị anụ ọ mgbadite na eruziri mmiri ruzi ahụ n'ọnụ achọmọrụ go to she play today and they sentenced somebody. They came to his house to kill 28 people without no
We lost the signal. I'm trying to connect it back. I don't know why it's hanging. This was recording the specific one. Oh, there is no option to hook back. I think the space is under attack. I think it's under attack because now we cannot see. You cannot connect it back. We cannot pull back. I don't know why. It's under attack. Let me show that you so you understand what I'm talking about. So normally when you come here and pick on the program here, you will see option from here that will enable you to listen. But instead of having the option, what you have now is listen anonymous. The host is recording the space. Everyone that speaks will be included in the public recording. Okay, I have to on this and see. Just a moment. Let me take another measure. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. Yes,
which is what they want. They want conventional war, and we will not fall for that. We continue to engage them the way we have been engaging them, and we thank God that it is yielding a very good result. We will engage them in a multidimensional approach, just like our PM used to say. We are engaging them diplomatically, we engage them, and we engage them even if the need be, because it's only a tree that you say you cut down and the tree will remain there. But when you tell somebody that you're going to kill him, he must defend himself. And I think this is the right time for every Biafran to get ready to defend his or herself, because nobody is coming for your rescue. We are on our own. We need to show the world that we are being pushed to the wall. It's only the time that we will react. That is when the world will come for our help. But if we are waiting for somebody to come and we need to raise our hands up before they will be able to pull us out. So I'm not saying anybody should start going around destroying things, but you know what I'm trying to say. You have to do the needful because it has reached to that level. So I thank everybody that attended to this space, and I thank the DPM for the wonderful speech, for letting the world know the atrocities that this terrorist state has committed against our people and against the indigenous Nigerians. Enough is enough. It is high time the international community do the needful by placing sanction on Nigeria because it is long overdue. We cannot be folding our hands and trying to be politically correct while people keep a mass in greater every day. And then we are talking politics for action. My message to the international community, this is time for you to act. This is no more time for paperwork. This is time for action. Except you want to see millions of people dead in that part of the world. And the only way you can help to salvage millions of lives, millions of Christians, is by recognizing the United States of Biafra, which is a sovereign nation already. We declared our independence on 29th of November 2024. You recognizing Biafra as an independent state solve the problem of Christian genocide by 50 to 60%. Then the remaining or other percentage that are scattered around middle belts, we as a sovereign nation can give protection to some of these Christians. We can open our borders for them to come and seek refuge in our territory, while the international community go ahead to deal with those terrorists. So this is a suggestion to the international community listening to my voice this evening. Recognition of Biafra is very, very paramount in order to evade the chaos that is going to befall Nigeria in the nearest future. So thank you very much, and may God bless everyone that have attended to this space. I yield now.
Thanks so much. I want to quickly, before we call the next person, I know there are a couple of speakers. So when you see the speakers, just other people that have requested to speak, I want to just do a little highlight on the narrative that the Nigerian state usually used to misinform the world. The narrative about killing of security personnel, the narrative they throw out there. What Tinubu and the Nigerian state has continuously lied to the world, forget to tell the world is the thousands of indigenous Nigerians have been murdered by the Nigerian security personnel during the march in Aba, when innocent indigenous Biafrans, they all dressed in white on white, to call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, unarmed innocent Biafrans on the streets of Aba. The Nigerian state sent their security personnel with live bullets. They killed over 200 innocent, unarmed innocent Biafrans. They were just marching. Tinubu will not tell you this. Just see someone. On behalf of the Nigerian state against our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, they never showed all the killings conducted by the Nigerian security personnel against innocent indigenous Biafrans, innocent indigenous Nigerians. Thousands of Christians that are murdered every day due to the policy of the Nigerian state to reintegrate non-terrorists into Nigeria. They don't show you that. They will tell you they are fighting terrorism. Nigerian government is not fighting any terrorism. They are aiding and abetting and encouraging terrorism. That's what they do. We see innocent women and children born down inside the homes by these terrorists. They oil and gas and light. Innocent children will be screaming as they die with this fire burning them. That is what Nigeria state does. Pregnant women are being raped up, and their fetus and their babies sworn out and flicked on the wall. Nigeria, Tinubu is not telling you about that. Thousands of Christians that go to church to worship are murdered with live bullets in close range. Tinubu is not telling you about that. He aids and abets. He supports that. And the media, the Nigerian media, and some international media like the BBC, they are not selective on the information they send onto the world. The BBC is a stooge of the terrorist state of Nigeria. I'm telling you that. The way they report information in the southern part of Nigeria is different from the way they report it in Hausa Pidgin and in Hausa BBC, in the Pidgin BBC, in the Igbo BBC. Different letters, different criteria. They downplay the evils, the Christians of the killing of Christians in Biafra territory, in the southeast part of Nigeria. While they enhance any information that comes to BBC Hausa. So the reports you get from BBC Hausa is different from the report you get from the BBC Middle Belt. It's different from the report you get from BBC Igbo or Pidgin or even the international BBC. Different. Nigeria, they criminalize the media, the all media, most of them, that their eyes have been turned to the genocide that going on every single day in Nigeria. They don't want that. Some Congress members, they don't believe that. Some media, they downplay that. Because Nigeria bribed their way into all these people. They bribed their way into BBC, into some of these congressmen that believe nothing is going on. Just the way they brought their way into the United Nations by placing the lady that is there, brought their way into the African Union by placing the government there, brought their way into the Commonwealth by placing those people and those top positions that died down on the genocide going on in Nigeria every second. Tinubu does not do anything. Not that he's not doing enough. He does not do anything. And nothing can stop this machinery of thinking on the destruction of that entity called Nigeria. Nothing short of that. The world we see another set heaven in that part of the world. And from that set heaven, Nigeria state and the terrorists are going to launch brutal attacks to countries like the United States of America and all the civilized Western world. Because according to them, the Western is evil. They are ready to attack that. That is their belief. That is their belief. We have a woman that lost 5 children. 5 of her kids were killed by the Nigeria terrorist state. Many, no compensation. What Tinubu does is to move them. The remaining was intended to go and live in IDP camps. Is IDP camp their homes? How can they that have all the mineral and rich resources be letting their citizens in IDP camps while the terrorists are taking over their homes? Like all the what of Tinubu, and Tinubu is lying. His politicians like all over the world that they are fighting bandits. That's what they call them. No, they're not doing anything. It's not as if they are not doing enough. They are not doing anything. It is the Christians that they bring out and kill them and label them terrorists. Just the way they've labeled our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Just the way they've labeled Nnamdi Kanu. Just the way they've been labeling thousands of
Biafrans and thousands of Christians never met us. And some Bible ones, some Bible Christians believe that if you believe everything that comes out from the mouth of any politician from the state of Nigeria, that is why that country must be destroyed for people to live. It must be destroyed for people to live. World leaders must join the United States of Biafra to put heavy sanctions on Nigeria and call for the immediate dissolution of that country. If not, people are going to continue to die by the second. Uncountable. The media in Nigeria, they do not report, they downplay facts and have typical statistical examples where deaths have been presented to some of this media. They don't report it. They don't report that because they are scared. Once they report it, Nigeria will send their terrorists to kill them or burn down their homes. That is not a country. No one can stop the destruction of Nigeria. Nobody, no individual. Nobody, promise you. Let's go to the next speaker. Let's take
Honorable Sister Olewone.
I think General C was there. Sister Olewone, hold on one second. General C, go ahead. Olewone, go ahead, please.
I want to thank everybody. I want to also thank our able leader, our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, for your efforts and your wonderful leadership. I appreciate. And I want to give you more kudos to your powerful speech, what you motivated everybody. You keep making us to be aware that you still have us in your heart and you are still ready to be more strong in your leadership. I appreciate that. So I want to thank you and ask God to protect you, ask God to protect your family, ask God to protect your ESCOs, those you are working with, so that more wisdom, more enlightenment will come up. So my own point is this: I've already listened to what you told us. I've already listened to everything, but I just want to cue in my own little suggestion. I know that you are really doing well for us, but what happened now that Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment is a very big something that happened to everybody in Igbo land. Something like somebody said is a psychological something that they want to cage all the Igbo so that Igbo people will not speak again. If you watch how things been done. And I wonder what the politicians of Igbo that are serving in Nigeria will be thinking about. I don't understand, because I think those people that will suffer most are the civilians, the Igbo civilians. And very soon we don't know the next thing they can do. So I want to understand that we Igbos are now in a very big problem in Nigeria, in a very big problem. And we need to know what to do. So my honorable leader, please, I'm not saying that you are not trying. I'm not saying that you're not doing well. You are doing all your best and doing all your efforts. You are trying all your best. But I don't think that we can also fold hands and be watching things going like this. Because the next target may be you, because they already hold the camp, they already hold someone, but the next person they will be looking for is you, on how to get you. So I think it is right time the Biafran government, especially you as our leader, we put more effort to work with the USA government.
Now the USA government are trying all their best to bring an end to all this Christian killing in Nigeria. And when they say something like Christian killing, they will say it's happening in eastern side, something like that. So it's right time we can go and negotiate with the USA government, please, if it can be more possible, because I think it's the best thing to do now. We have mineral resources in our side. We have mineral resources in our country, in Biafra side. You can, I said that if you're in a better position to negotiate, give the USA government 30 years, 40 years to work with you. And give them, you need something to put in.
Thank you so much. As far as our options and what we're going to do, don't worry about that. We are doing everything possible. And again, those suggestions, people just say things are on their mind and all that. But again, the government is working steadily with all the necessary rules and regulation, and we are following everything we need to do to make sure that we get our allies to support us to protect our land. So again, your opinion is said there, but we don't want to waste more time on the recommendations on what the government is going to do or not. This is not that we're talking about the good name that the Nigerian terrorist state did today, and I truly appreciate. So if you can round up, we'll go to the next person, please. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Let me round up. If you are going that side, it's okay, number one. And what I want to do, I round it up, is if it can be possible, I'm seeing something like second civil war may happen at any time. So we need to prepare more to defend our land mostly. Even though we can do whatever we want to do, we need to prepare more to defend our land.
Thank you.
Anything can happen, we need to do it. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much. The defense of Biafra land and our people will depend on all. The defense of our land will depend on Biafra people. Again, I think we have to get used to know that this freedom that we have gotten, the protection of that freedom lies on all Biafrans, on all our hands. And that is when we constantly say that the freedom of the United States of Biafra people, the freedom of Biafra people does not depend on any individual. It does not depend on Mazin Namdekano. It does not depend on Simon Eba. It does not depend on Dr. Orabueze, even if I'm not here today. The protection, the full protection of the 40 states of Biafra land must happen. And those that will do it are the Biafran people. So again, I just want to clarify that the protection of our land is going to be done by Biafran people. One other thing I wanted to talk with you about on somebody is on Twitter, this so-called, there are some people that are trying to spread the narrative that the challenges in Nigeria is not a religious or Christian or Muslim thing, that these challenges that Nigeria is facing, bringing Nigeria as one Nigeria is going to solve that problem. Anyone telling you about one Nigeria, you must go and investigate who recommended that person to talk. Who brought that person to talk to you? Nothing. There is nothing like one Nigeria. Anyone propagating that is encouraging the more killing of Christians, the more destruction of indigenous Nigerians in that enclave called Nigeria. Those are the words you hear from the stooges of people like Tinubu and Co. that has power, that has money, and are deceiving the world. Oh, there is something that needs to be done to bring lasting solution to Nigeria. No, there is nothing like that. Nobody exists. Nobody needs reintegrated terrorists. Anybody telling you that there is something that you can do to change a non-terrorist from that, which he
Islamic terrorist, that thing we call out for him, and he will kill you, slide your throat in a minute. Talk less of wait. There is not terrorists that have been brought in by Tinubu and the Nigerian politicians. Nothing we never ever knew. People leave. It's the immediate dissolution of that entity called Nigeria. Immediate sanctions against Nigeria and the Nigerian politicians. That must happen to make people leave, to make indigenous to leave, to make the world a better. For the United States of Biafra, we are seeking the support of our allies. The United States of Biafra is already gone. We've already declared our independence. That right must be respected by everyone and every group and every organization. Currently, Nigeria is occupying a foreign land. They must leave our land. We will let them leave our land because they cannot be in our land, forcefully taking away our citizens, killing us, jailing us, living us with all forms of terrorism name, bandit name, and we are to go through that will not. They must leave our land. I'll call it the sister that will never hate us.
Greeting, Honorable DPM. Thank you for your wonderful speech. And I'm sure Biafrans and all friends heard what you said. And our international allies heard what you said. And also thank you to all that have spoken and all Biafrans here present.
Can you check that? Can you check your phone? It's cracking a little bit.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. You know what happened? What happened today shows how far the Nigerian government has fallen. Nigerian government is so drunk with innocent blood, and this innocent blood has blinded their conscience. But the good thing is, the world is seeing all the evidence before their own eyes. There's nothing hidden under the sun. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu warned them that things like this will happen, and nobody took him serious. Nigeria is a nation with educated illiterates, absolutely educated illiterates. From the president to the governors, all the things that are happening, and they still went ahead to give the sentence they gave to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They are making a complete caricature of themselves, complete caricature before the whole world. The saying in Igbo language that says "Onyara mahuno onyara, omunno onyara mana ara na onyara."
Sister Lawende, your phone is still cracking up. I don't know if that's for me or I'm the only one that is noticing that song. I don't know if you're using a speaker or something. I don't know. But
yeah, Your Excellency, she's very clear. I think maybe it's from you. Maybe are you using any earpiece?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Nigeria government can stop us. We are the one shutting up Biafra because Nigeria is already a failed state. Nigeria is going nowhere. Nigeria is beyond redemption. All Biafrans should come together and march together. Not marching into war, but standing together. Because what is giving Nigeria giving them the what's the word to use? Allowing them to say what they are saying, to act how they are acting, to intimidate Biafrans, to kill Biafrans, is because of some Biafrans that's allowing them to do this. Because Biafra was already a nation before Nigeria and British happened to us. But the good thing is the Biafra of today is not the same as Biafra of yesterday. Nigeria knows that Biafra has already been redeclared, and they know they can't do anything about it. But most Biafrans are still yet to get this into their skull that Nigeria is even afraid of Biafrans. Because only somebody that's afraid, that is a bully, can give a sentence they gave to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Because Nigeria acted like bullies. But what they've been doing is bullying Biafrans with the barrel of the gun. And then, as the DPM said, they continue to integrate non-terrorists into their army, into their police. And they were going into our forest. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created the ESL when he did, to protect our forest. And now Nigeria has made a Muslim country. There's nothing else anybody can do. Because this is the agenda. Anybody that is speaking differently, the person is already compromised. So now, Biafrans, do not be afraid. We already got in our nation. But we all have to come together and claim what belongs to us. Before Nigeria happened to everybody. Because anybody Nigeria happens to is gone. Just like Nigeria happened to Finland. They use our resources from our own land to kill us. To buy the gun they are even using to shoot us. They've killed so many Biafrans. So many Biafrans. And those languishing in the prison. Because Nigeria has no shame. No matter how much blood they spill, they will still come out to claim innocence. They still come out to take their nation. But all the attributes of a nation has already left Nigeria. Nigeria is like a whitewashed grave. Every politician there is just continue to consume money, to continue to steal from the nation. They know Nigeria is not working. They continue to lie to themselves. The Biafrans that continue to support Nigerians are the most stupid people that are around now in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. Because whether you like it or not, Nigeria is going nowhere. Nigeria is already a failed state. Because the blood of the innocent that has been killed can never restore the nation like Nigeria. Now, we human beings are crying that in few days, the blood of the innocent will start crying. And when the blood of the innocent start crying, then Nigeria will be looking for Biafrans to restore. They will be the one to call us. Take, go. If you want to go, go. Because the blood of the innocent, from the womb to the grave that they've killed, they are about to rise. And believe me, just like what one of the gentlemen said, the first son of the governors, just like it happened in the days of Israel and Egypt, when they refused the Israelites to go, it will start from their first son. Because the Bible is going round, because we are the modern Egyptian and Israelites. All right. So whatever Nigeria is doing now, they will all pay for it. But Nigerians stand together, come together, no more fighting, come together and face what is facing us. Because God has already given us our nation.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you so much. We just take
only two more speakers, please, and then we can go. Only two.
Your Excellency, I think it's only Emin Joku remaining.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Emin Joku, please, the mic is yours. Emin Joku, are you there? Maybe if he's not there, then I think it's finished, Your Excellency.
All right. I think we're going to come to the end of this. Again, thank you so much, dear friends, for listening and joining us on this space today. And thank you for all the people that did have time from your special busy schedule to join us. The gentlemen and on the press, the allies that are listening privately, and those that are listening anonymously. Thank you all so much for joining us. And again, we are not here to weep or be here to cry over spilled milk. Our reason for being here today is to bring to the attention of the world of the atrocities that are continuously being committed by the Nigerian state, while they label innocent citizens that try to bring those atrocities to the public, while they label them as either terrorists or terrorist financiers. The United States of Biafra government will not continue to allow this to happen. We will not fold our hands and watch why those that are calling for one Nigeria continue to reintegrate terrorists into Nigeria and use these terrorists to kill indigenous Biafrans and indigenous Nigerians, while Tinubu and the Nigerian state and their cohorts collude either through transnational repression or aggression or criminalization to call innocent Biafrans, innocent Christians, label them as terrorist financiers or engaging in terrorism, while the real terrorists that the Nigerian government will integrate, give them AK-47, hire them into the Nigerian military and police, are freely walking on the streets of Nigeria. We will not allow that to happen. I want to also use this opportunity to call on the United States of America to immediately penalize Nigeria with heaviest sanctions so that people can leave. Nigeria has already been designated as a country of particular concern. That is what they are. That is what they should be. Nigeria should be expelled from the United Nations, from the African Union, from the Commonwealth, from any organization where the rights of human beings, the rights of individuals is established. Nigeria must be expelled from those organizations to preserve the integrity of those organizations. Because Nigeria is a killing machine. Nigeria must
crumble, must be divided, must dissolve for citizens to live. If that does not happen, there will be the intensification of the killing of Christians in that enclave called Nigeria. Tinubu and Co, they are not doing anything. The only thing they are doing is going to countries and bribing them not to talk about the atrocities, going on in Nigeria. They are ready to use the oil money which are milled from their land to bribe these individuals, whether they are legislators, whether they are leaders of the world. They are ready to bribe them with all these economic gains for them to continue to lack the same way they lack their way into national media organizations like the BBC to continue to downplay the killing of Christians in that enclave called Nigeria. I want to let the world know this criminalization of innocent Biafrans, this killing of indigenous in Nigeria cannot continue. To hang him, actually, they are quick. But as Tinubu and Co tell them to go and parade all over social media, there is no complexity. You cannot carve a country that will integrate terrorists, and then you expect that tomorrow those terrorists are going to change and all of a sudden become nice people. That will never happen. That will never happen. And Nigeria, they derive joy in reintegrating these non-terrorists. I can tell you over 80% of the Nigerian military and police today are being handled by integrated terrorists at every end of the affairs. And we Christians, we cannot allow ourselves to stay in the same country with reintegrated terrorists. Only the absolute dissolution of that entity will save the life of people. And set sanctions against their politicians that exist. We must follow immediately, nothing more, nothing less than that. The killing, this subjugation, this intimidation, this lack of respect for the laws of organizations that they are part of must stop. That should stop. Anyone, any leader, any business with any Nigerian politician or Nigerian leader is encouraging the killing and murdering of Christians and indigenous Nigerians. On that note, we will come to the close of this. And we want our Onyenu Nnamdi Kanu to be strong. Do not be moved for that which you think we already got. And we accept
our Hindu, our Prime Minister Simon Eber, do not be moved. For that which you see, we, the Biafran people, we already got it. And we will do everything humanly possible within our legal right, physical right, to ensure that we do not continue to endure this subjugation, this killing, this criminalization, this letting of tens of innocent Biafrans. We cannot leave this fight to our children, our grandchildren. We will end this subjugation of humanity and make sure Nigeria crumbles as quickly as possible. Please support the United States of Biafra government under my leadership of Orabueze, and the United States of Biafra cabinet members and the 40 states of the United States. Together, we will end this monster together. We will end this criminalization of innocent indigenous Nigerians and Biafrans back in the University. Together, we will stop this milking of our crude oil and our natural resources to ship it abroad to better the life of others while our own people die. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me. And may God bless us, and may God bless the United States of Biafra, and may God bless the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, for putting Nigeria up on the countries of particular concern. That is one thing. Let no one move you. Nothing will change. There's no change Tinubu is making. It will only get worse. Thank you so much, my listeners.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you for honoring Ohamadike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister